So let's start by closing our eyes this morning. We're going to start with some alternating nostril breathing. It's a way to direct your focus internally, to calm your central nervous system. It's a very simple practice, but again, it's going to be in through your nose into the bottom of your lungs. So what you do is take your right hand, just bring your thumb up to the right nostril and cover it over. As you inhale, we're going to be breathing in through your left nostril. Then with your first finger, cover that left nostril and release your right nostril and exhale through the right. Inhale through the right. Cover your right nostril and let the air come out through your left. Inhale through the left. Cover the left and exhale through the right. Inhale through the right. Cover the right and exhale through the left. Inhale through the left. Cover the left and exhale through the right. Inhale through the right. Cover the right and exhale through the left. Inhale through the left. Cover the left and exhale through the right. 3 more times. Inhale through the right. Cover the right and exhale through the left. Inhale through the left. Cover the left and exhale through the right. One more full breath. Inhale through that right nostril. Cover the right nostril and slowly exhale through the left. Release your hands down so the backs of your hands relax on the top of your knees and just begin to bring your focus back to a normal breath. Breathing in deeply through both nostrils to the bottoms of your lungs and exhaling slowly. Take a deep lengthening breath through your spine. Reach the top of your head up towards the sky, and as you exhale, gently let your chin drop down to your chest. Begin to bring your awareness to what it feels like in your body, the depth of your breath or the feeling of the stretch. With your next exhale, your right ear gently drops towards your right shoulder. Your left elbow pushes down to the floor to get that nice stretch from the left ear to the left shoulder. And breathe. On your next exhale, let your head drop back, your chin reaching up towards the sky. Remember, no pinching or pain in the neck. If it feels like that, just drop your chin to a more neutral position. Bring your awareness to the front of your throat and feel that stretch. Breathing deeply in through your nose to the bottom of your lungs, exhaling slowly, dropping your left ear to your left shoulder. Gently pushing your right elbow down towards the floor. Breathing deeply into your belly. Exhaling slowly and melting. Slowly releasing your chin down to your chest on your next exhale. and breathe. Inhaling, your chin rises up to neutral. Your arms begin to float towards the ceiling. Palms come in together. Press your palms tightly together. Exhale them down. Pressing your palms into each other as hard as you comfortably can to the center of your chest. Lowering them down to the floor. Inhaling them up. Breathe into the bottom of your lungs. Press your palms into each other. Exhaling as they come down towards the center. Breathe. Releasing them to the floor. One more time. Inhaling them up. Press. Push really firmly into those palms. Here comes Lola. And then gently inhaling them up to the ceiling one more time. Now they're not pressed together. Just let your arms hang out there. Take a deep inhale. With an exhale, your right hand comes to your left knee. Your left hand comes to the floor behind you. Push down into the floor behind you with that left arm, trying to straighten your spine to give you space to rotate just a little further. Lolita. Come over here, baby. She says, no, I'm going to be right in the center of the camera. Breathe. Deeply into your lungs, lengthen your spine. As you exhale, see if you can rotate just a little further. Close your eyes for a moment and breathe into the depth of your lungs. Breathe in to the areas that feel tight or restricted. And with an exhale, see if you can rotate a little further. And breathe. Slowly releasing that rotation, bringing your chest back to the front. Inhale your arms up to the ceiling. Lolita. Exhale to the opposite side. Rotating towards your right, pushing down into that right arm. Lengthening your spine, creating space. Exhaling, rotating further if it's available to you. No struggles and no strains. A gentle opening of your spine. Mobility of your shoulders is greatly dependent on mobility of your thoracic spine. So in order to get our shoulders to move better, we have to make sure that our thoracic spine is mobile. And then bring your chest back to the front. Oh, here's my Lolita, Bonita, Coquita, Japanita. Come have a seat here. Take a deep inhale and let your arms reach out in opposite directions. The fingers pulled back, the palms reaching. Take a deep inhale. With an exhale, bring your left arm across in front of you. Just hold on to your left elbow with your right hand. Lola, vamos. That's a good girl. So your left shoulder is down and away from your ears. You're not trying to pinch that shoulder up. You're trying to draw it down. If that feels like it's too much for your lateral deltoid, just bend that left hand. Bend the left elbow, bringing your hand up by your face. That just takes a little bit of the stretch out of it. If you want more, keep it right where it was, down and straight. And breathe. No struggles and no strains. One more deep inhale here. As you exhale, separate your arms, reaching out in opposite directions, and breathe. Inhale. Exhale, take the right arm across your body. Hold on to the elbow with your left hand, and then drop that right shoulder down away from your ear. Keep the arm straight or bend the elbow, whichever feels best for you, without struggle, without strain. Close your eyes. Breathe into the areas that feel tight or restricted. Imagine that you're expanding those areas with your breath. And as you exhale, release. No struggles, no strains. Deep inhale here. As you exhale, slowly release. Stretching those fingers up to the sky, the heels of your hands reaching apart and across. Exhale, bring your arms behind you. Interlace your fingers and arch back. Lifting your chin and your chest up towards the sky. Exhale, begin to fold forward, bringing your forehead towards the ground. Just leave your fingers interlaced at the back. Then you have a choice here. You can either stay just as you are, or you can begin to lift your arms from your hips towards the sky. No pinching or pain in the shoulders. Slowly begin to lower those hands back down towards your hips. Slowly begin to round back up, breathing deeply into your belly. As you exhale, we're going to bring those hands, both of them, over to your right hip. So this is a kind of a deep stretch of that left shoulder. No pinching or pain. If it feels like pinching or pain, just back off. Take your hands to the middle of your back. It's perfectly fine. If you can keep those fingers interlaced and bring them all the way over to your right hip, that's beautiful. Take a deep inhale. With an exhale, turn to your right. Look over your right shoulder and feel the depth of that stretch without struggles, without strains. Breathe. Releasing your hands down to the ground, inhaling, lifting your chest, lifting your chin, arching back, exhaling forward. Forehead to the floor or towards the floor. You can use a block if you don't meet that floor. Push something underneath your forehead. Stay here, or with an exhale, lift your arms from your waist all the way up to the sky. Breathe. Slowly lower those arms back to your waist. Slowly begin to bring your spine back up to straight and tall. Lengthen with an inhale. With an exhale, see if you can bring both hands over towards your left hip. Taking a deep internal rotation stretch of that right shoulder. Without struggle, without strain. Breathe. Breathe into the air as it feels tight or restricted, and as you exhale, see if you can just melt just a little. No struggles, no strains. With your exhale, release your fingertips back down to the floor. One more time, lifting the chin and the chest, slightly arching back. Slowly folding forward with an exhale. Breathing deeply into your belly. Exhaling, staying where you are, or lifting your arms from your hips all the way up to the sky. Slowly letting those arms float back down towards your hips. Slowly rounding up one vertebra at a time, leaving your chin on your chest till your spine is straight, and then lifting it up to neutral, releasing your arms and just shaking them out. Give your dog a little pet. Tell her that you love her and that there will be treats for her at home. So just let your shoulders shake out just a little bit. We have one more shoulder move. We're going to take those arms and separate them, bringing them out to the sides, pulling the fingers back, reaching the palms in opposite directions. And see if you can bring your right elbow underneath of your left elbow. You may just stay right there, or you may try to bring the palms to meet. You can even have your hand just down on the outside of that elbow. That's perfectly fine. But your right elbow underneath of your left, if you can reach that. The thumbs to the center of the forehead. Inhaling, arching back, letting your belly spill out into your lap like a cow pose. Exhaling, rounding forward, your belly to your spine. Your shoulder blades separate. The spine curls. Inhale, lift it up. Let your belly spill out to your lap. Cow. Exhale, round forward to cat. Separating your shoulder blades, pushing your belly to your spine. One more full cycle, inhaling it up. Exhaling it down. Bringing it back to a straight and tall spine. Separating your arms, pressing out in opposite directions. Fingertips pulled up, heels of your hands reaching in opposite directions. Take it to the opposite side. The left elbow underneath of the right. The palms come to meet if that's within your comfortable range. Shoulder blades stay down and away from your ears. Thumb to the center of your forehead if you can get it there, and then fill your belly with air as you arch back into cow. Rounding forward, pushing the air out as your belly comes to your spine. Your shoulder blades separate. Your spine curls forward. Inhale it up. Exhale it forward. Inhale it up. Exhale, rounding it forward. One more time. Inhaling, raising it up, arching it back. Your belly fills with air, spills out into your lap. Exhaling, rounding it forward. Inhaling it up to a tall, straight spine, releasing your arms out to the sides, pulling the fingertips so that they're reaching up to the sky. The palms are reaching in opposite directions. Really feel that separation between your shoulder blades. And then gently let your hands come to rest on the backs of your knees. You can shake those shoulders out as you'd like. We're going to start to work on your hamstrings now. So we're going to start by straightening your legs out into a wide V. Move slowly. This is where a block can come to be helpful. You take one of these blocks and you sit up on it. It raises your hips from the ground, which takes some of the strain out of your spine. You can do this sitting in a chair if you'd like. Just sit at the very edge of your chair. Perhaps you can, in sitting in the chair, you can have both legs straightened out in opposite directions. If that feels like struggle or strain, just let one knee stay bent and do one leg at a time. It's perfectly fine. You're still working on the adductors, these inside muscles. You're still working on the hamstring, the big one underneath. The toes are pulled back. The kneecaps are pointed straight up. Your spine is tall and effortless. If it's not tall and effortless, raise the hips up. Just breathe for a moment, working on pushing the backs of your knees down towards the floor. As you push down, that deactivates your hamstring and allows you to go a little bit further. We're going to inhale your arms up towards the sky. Shoulder blades stay down and away from your ears. As you exhale, just fall halfway forward. Look out in between your fingertips. You should be pointing your fingers to where the wall meets the ceiling. Take a deep inhale, reach out through those fingertips, and as you exhale, see if you can bring your hands down to the floor in front of you. Now this is a pose where I always feel very tight, especially on the left. So I'm not trying to force it. There by rounding my spine, but I'm trying to keep the spine straight. Lengthen out through the top of your head with an inhale. As you exhale, you may be able to reach further forward. You might be able to pet your dog if she would come just a little bit closer. Breathe. The areas that feel tight or restricted, these adductors. Maybe more on one side than the other. Don't try to force it. Allow yourself to back out of any pose that doesn't feel appropriate for you. One more deep inhale. Lengthen your spine. One more slow exhale, folding further forward if it's available to you without struggle and without strain. Breathe. Take a deep inhale here. With an exhale, slowly start to turn your chest to face your right leg. Remember, you can always bend your left knee if that feels like it's too much strain or struggle for you. Let your hands come to rest on your calf or on your thigh, wherever they find themselves. If you can reach the bottom of your foot, that's brilliant as well. No struggles and no strains. If you use a strap or a belt, you can just wrap it around the bottom of your foot to help you reach there, but no bend in the knee. The knee that you're facing should be as straight as you possibly can get it. The other one can have a bend in it if it creates ease. Each inhale lengthens your spine. Each exhale folds slightly further forward if it's available to you. Without struggle, without strain. Breathe. Imagine that you're inhaling to the areas that feel tight or restricted. Close your eyes for just one moment. See if you can bring all of your focus and attention to where you feel tightness or restriction. See if you can imagine yourself expanding that area with that breath. And as you exhale, see if you can release just a little bit of tension, just a little bit of trying or effort. And then slowly begin to unfold, facing that right leg. So you're going to have an option here. You can either go back and do exactly the same thing for one more try, or you can take your right hand, the back of it, against your right calf. With an exhale, slowly slide that right hand down, bringing the back of your hand to the ankle. And then gently press that right hand into that right ankle. Turning your chest to face forward. You can stay right here, or you can lift that left arm up, exhaling it down, bringing it to tuck into the space between the right thigh and your belly. And then rotate that left shoulder back. Keeping that right hand pressing into that right ankle helps to deactivate a muscle and helps you to rotate further. Remember, you can do this exactly as you just had, just facing that leg and folding forward over. It's perfectly fine. Close your eyes and find the areas of tightness or restriction and breathe. Deeply in, exhaling slowly. One more deep inhale here. If you've bound the pose, release it, bringing both. And then slowly bringing yourself back up. So we're working on a lot of things here. Remember, less is more. Try to work with your body to encourage opening as opposed to forcing it. If you try to force it, you won't win. Trust me. Inhaling your arms up to the ceiling, we're going to do a forward fold again, just bringing our weight to the hands, dropping your chin towards your chest, keeping your spine long. So if you feel your spine rounded, see if you can bring your shoulder blades back and together. That'll help to strengthen and straighten the spine. As you inhale, lengthen your head, reaching out to where the wall meets the ceiling. As you exhale, you fold further forward if it's available to you, without struggle and without strain. Remember, gently pushing down into the back of your knees helps to relax and release that hamstring and those adductors. One more breath here. One more slow, releasing exhale. And then gently bring yourself back up. Gently turn your chest to face that left leg. Remember, you can bend the right knee, especially if you're sitting in a chair. Do one leg. Inhale your arms up towards the sky. As you exhale, fold forward over that left leg, bringing your hand to the calf or to the thigh or to the bottom of your foot, wherever it reaches. It's perfectly fine. Gently push the back of your knee down towards the floor. Close your eyes and bring your attention to where it is you feel the stretch. No struggles, no strains. Breathe. Breathe deep into your belly. Exhale slowly. And then slowly, as you straighten yourself back up, remembering that you have a choice. You can either take the exact same pose, turning your chest and facing forward, or you can take the back of your left hand and with an exhale, slide it down towards the gently pushing the back of your hand into that ankle as your right arm rises up. Exhale, bring that right arm behind you, tuck it into the crease between the left thigh and the left side of your abdominals, and then turn your right shoulder back. Push down into your knees. Push the back of that left hand into that left ankle and breathe. Close your eyes. Bring your attention to where it is you feel the stretch. No struggles and no strains. Bring your attention back to this moment, whatever it is you're feeling. The depth of your breath. If your mind starts to wander, gently bring it back. If you've bound that pose, go ahead and release that right arm. Leg, slowly bringing yourself back up. Slowly bringing your legs in together, straight out in front of you. Toes pulled back, heels reaching forward, spine tall and long. Remember, sitting up on a block if you feel any strain in your back. You can do this sitting at the edge of a chair. It's perfectly fine. Just trying to get your big toes to touch. Trying to keep the kneecaps pointed up and then gently push the back of your knees down. Inhaling your arms up as you lengthen your spine. Exhaling, falling forward, bringing your hands to the bottoms of your feet or to the calves, the thighs, wherever they find themselves is perfectly fine. If you want to take this a little further, take your left hand to the outside of your right foot, your right hand to the outside of your left foot, crossing at your ankles, kneecaps pointed straight up, gently breathing into the areas that feel tight or restricted. Exhaling, releasing any trying, any effort. breathing deeply. Exhaling slowly. And then slowly begin to release, one vertebra at a time. Slowly bring your knees up towards your chest. Just allowing those hamstrings to release a little bit. Take your arms and wrap them around your knees, and then drop your chin down towards your chest, your forehead towards your knees. A modified child's pose. She doesn't like this being on. Who does? Be naked. Not you all, Lola. Just breathe into your belly so that you feel your rib cage expanding out to the side. You feel your rib cage expanding to the back. And then slowly begin to raise your chin and your chest. Let your knees drop out in opposite directions. Lolita, come here. Vamos. Perfecto. Dropping out into cobbler's pose. So in cobbler's pose, another one, sitting on a block helps to take some of the strain out of your spine. The other option you have is just walk your feet further out away from you, opening up this diamond shape that is created. The object here is to get your knees down towards the floor. So you have a couple of options to help you with that. You can just butterfly the knees, or you can use your arms to rest on them to gently push them down towards the floor. Close your eyes for a moment and release any struggle, any strain, release any effort or trying. Staying straight up or exhaling, folding forward, keeping your spine straight. So you're not trying to round your spine, you're trying to keep it straight, lengthen through your head, through the top of your head, and then as you exhale, fold further forward if it's available to you. No struggle, no strain, no pinching, and no pain. I'm a poet, and I didn't know it. Lola knew it because I do poetry at home all the time, all the time. Breathe. See if you can bring yourself just to this moment, this next breath. Exhale slowly. Taking a deep inhale. With your exhale, slowly bringing your spine back up to straight. We're going to straighten out just your left leg. We're going to stretch one hamstring here. Pull the toes back, reach the heel forward. Your right foot can be on the inside of your left thigh, gently pressing into it. Inhaling your arms up towards the sky. Shoulder blades stay down and away from your ears. You're not trying to pinch your ears. You're trying to keep them down. And as you exhale, fold forward. Bringing your hands to the bottom of your left foot or to the ankle, or use a strap. Use a dog leash, whatever you like. Wrap it around the bottom of your foot and use that to help draw yourself down further. Shoulder blades stay together, spine stays strong and long. Breathing deeply in, exhaling slowly, folding forward. Feel that tightness, feel that stretch in that hamstring, and gently breathe into it. Expand it with your breath. And as you exhale, release. Slowly unfolding, bringing your spine back to straight. We're going to take that right foot and we're going to bring it to the outside of your left knee. We're going to wrap your left arm around it and gently pull that knee into your chest. Try to keep those feet active. Wiggle your toes. Wave hi to everybody with your toes. So the toes are pulled back, the heel gently reaching forward. Inhale your right arm up to the sky. As you exhale, bring it to the floor behind you and turn to your right. You can do this sitting in a chair as well. Just have your left leg down straight to the floor. Let your right ankle come to rest on your right knee. You've got the same stretch. And then just turn towards your right. Yoga should be accessible. Breathe deep into your belly. Exhale slowly. Feel your belly press against that right leg, and as you exhale, push down into your right hand to lengthen your spine and try to rotate just a little bit further if it's available to you. And then slowly bring yourself back to the front. Slowly allow that right knee to drop down towards the floor. Hands to the floor behind you. You can have your fingers pointing forward or back. They can be pointing towards you or away, whatever feels good for your wrist. And then bend your left knee. Trying to bring your bottom closer to your left heel. Well, thank you. Doggy kisses. So if that feels like it's too much for you, just back your hips off away from the heel. Close your eyes here and breathe. Breathe into that right hip. Feel the tightness. No struggles, no strains. No pinching and no pains. One more deep inhale. One more slow exhale. So you can stay right here, or you can walk your hips back and begin to lift your hips from the ground. I'm not going to do it on this side myself because of this ankle, but you can lift your hips into that bridge, lifting those hips up as high as you can, or stay here right with the rest of us. No struggles and no strains. If you've lifted up into that figure 4 bridge, go ahead and lower yourself down. Go ahead and hit that leg to the ground, your left leg to the ground, and then bend it underneath of you. So we have options here. You can either take both arms and wrap them around that knee and just draw that knee into your chest, letting your chin drop down, or you can try and stack your knees one on top of the other. Breathing. So if you have your knees stacked but your butt isn't evenly on the floor, raise up onto a block. Take that block, take a pillow, take a book, and put it underneath your hips. The whole idea in yoga is to make movement connected to breath with emphasis on ease at the spine. So use these little props. Stay right where you are, or as you exhale, gently fold forward, closing your eyes and breathing deeply into the bottom of your lungs so that you feel your belly pressing into your thighs. You feel the back expanding and out to the side. No struggle, no strain. Bring your attention to this moment. Let go of any trying, let go of any effort or judgments. One more deep inhale here. One more slow exhale. If you hold it forward, go ahead and gently unfold. Bring your hands to the floor, straighten the legs, and bring them both down in front of you. Pull back, heel reaching forward. Inhaling your arms up to the sky, exhaling, folding forward. Breathing. Lengthening your spine, creating space. No. No licking of the feet, that tickles. And breathe. Exhale slowly, folding further forward if it's available to you. Kneecaps pointing straight up, gently push down into the back of your knees. One more breath. Exhale, fold further forward if it's available to you. And then gently begin to unfold. Gently bend up your left knee. Let the left knee drop out to the left. So your left foot is just on the inside of your right thigh. Again, if you're sitting in a chair, just have your right leg out straight. Have your left leg resting at your ankle. It's perfectly fine. Inhaling your arms up to the sky, lengthening, shoulder blades down your back. Exhaling, falling forward. Stretching that right hamstring in isolation. Push down into the back of your knee. Again, you can use a strap. If you can't reach your foot, take a strap. Take anything you like. Wrap it around the bottom of your foot. An electrical cord. Shoelace. Piece of spaghetti. I don't really think the spaghetti's going to work. One more deep inhale here, lengthening your spine. One more slow exhale, falling further forward if it's available to you. And then slowly releasing, bringing yourself back up. Lifting your left leg and bringing it to the outside of your right knee. Both arms can just wrap around it here for a moment. Lifting your chest, making your spine tall and long, and then inhale your left arm to the sky. Exhale your left hand behind you, push down into the floor and turn to the left. Release any struggle, release any strain, any trying or effort. And breathe. Breathe deep into your belly, exhaling slowly, rotating further if it's available to you. Close your eyes for a moment and find the areas that you feel tight or restricted in. Breathe into those areas. Imagine that you're expanding them with your breath and that you're releasing any tightness along with your exhale. One more deep inhale here, really lengthen your spine. One more slow exhale, see if you can rotate just a little further. And then slowly turn your chest towards the front. Slowly allow that left knee to drop, your hands behind you, fingers pointing back or forward, whatever feels good for your wrists. And then bend that right knee. Try to walk your hips a little closer to the right heel. No struggles and no strains. Lift your chest and lengthen your spine. Close your eyes and feel that deep stretch into that left hip. Breathe. Stay right here where you are, enjoying that stretch, or walk your hands back a little bit and then lift your hips from the ground for the figure four bridge. Squeeze your gluteal muscles, bring your shoulder blades together, lengthen your neck, so don't drop your head back. Imagine that you're trying to reach the wall behind you with the top of your head, and then slowly lower your hips back to the ground. Slowly straightening out that right leg and then bending it underneath of you. Taking both arms, wrapping them around that left knee, gently dropping your chin down towards your chest, hugging that knee into your chest, or if you'd like, stack your knees one on top of the other. Remember, if your bottom isn't touching the ground, use a block, use a book, use a pillow to help support the pose. Staying right where you are or exhaling, folding forward. Wherever you are, bring your focus and attention back to the breath. One more deep inhale here. One more slow exhale. And then gently, if you're folded forward, bring yourself back up to a tall, straight spine. We're going to bring your hands behind you, straightening out your legs for a forward fold. Inhale your arms to the ceiling, lengthen. Exhale, fold forward, bringing your hands to the bottoms of your feet. Again, use a strap. If you can't reach, use a strap, use an extension cord, use a belt, whatever you'd like. Gently try to turn the kneecaps so that they face the ceiling and then push down into the backs of your knees. Exhaling, folding further forward if it's available to you. And breathe. Each inhale lengthens your spine, creates space, so that as you exhale, you may fold further forward if it's available to you. One more deep inhale. And then with an exhale, we're going to take both hands to the bottom of your right foot. See if you can lift it up. If it doesn't reach there, it's perfectly fine to hold back here or even behind your knee. The idea is to try to pull the toes back. so that you get a nice straight leg. Your left leg is active. That's what's anchoring you to the ground so that you don't fall backwards. Lengthen your spine and breathe. Exhale, see if you can raise it up a little higher. Shoulder blades are down and away from your ears. So you're not trying to pull them up. You're trying to pull down and lengthen your spine. Create length, and as you exhale, gently pull that right knee in towards your armpit. So if your hands don't reach the bottom of your foot, it's perfectly fine to just hold here behind your knee. The idea is to have a straight spine, not a rounded one. Sitting up on a block can help. If you can reach that bottom of your foot, just gently pull it in. This is strengthening in the shoulders because you're pulling back on it. It's opening in the hip. See if you can straighten the leg out. Use a strap if you'd like, but see if you can get that knee completely straight and then gently pull it back in. We're going to do that one more time. Take a deep inhale. With an exhale, straighten it out. Exhale, pull it back in and release it to the ground. Inhale your arms to the sky. Lengthen. Exhale, fold forward. Kneecap straight up. Spine long, lengthening through your spine, and an inhale with an exhale, folding further forward if it's available to you. Breathing. No struggles, no strains. Slowly unfolding, holding on to the bottom of your left foot. So we're going to do the same thing on the opposite side. Use your fingers to bring it up, nice and straight. Grabbing onto the bottom, lengthening your spine. So remember, you can hold under the calf. It's all about the spine. The right leg is down and active, anchoring you. Take a deep inhale. With an exhale, bend the knee and bring it into your chest. Lift your chest. Nice, tall, straight spine. A deep breath. Exhale, straightening the leg out. Exhale, bringing it into the knee, into the chest, the knee to the chest. Get that spine long. Remember, you can hold underneath of here. It's perfectly fine. Take a deep inhale, lengthen it, and straighten it out. Hold it where you feel ease. Your spine healthy, the leg straight. One more time, pulling it in. And then release to the ground, toes pulled back. Inhale your arms up, lengthening your spine. Exhaling, falling forward. We're breathing. Deep inhales, slow exhales. One more deep inhale here, really lengthen your spine, create space. One more slow exhale. If you're sitting in a chair, just have both your legs out straight in front of you with the heels on the ground. If you sit at the edge of your chair, it's generally a little better. Try to keep the kneecaps pointed up and then push the backs of your knees down. And then slowly, one vertebra at a time, bring yourself up to staff pose. Your legs are straight, the palms next to you, pushing down into the floor. To lengthen your spine, keep those toes pulled back, and breathe. Slowly bending your knees up one at a time so your feet are flat. Bring your hips towards your heels, and then we'll drop down to our backs. Knees stay bent, feet are flat. We're going to take a supine cobbler's pose. So letting your knees drop out in opposite directions, the palms of your feet together. You can stay right here, or you can slide your feet down further away from your hips in order to find an area of comfort. You can stay there, or you can take a fist and just slide it under the top of your thighs to support the pose. Find an expression of the pose you can hold with ease. This is a really good pose to practice diaphragmatic breathing in. So take your right hand, put it on your belly. Your left hand comes onto your chest. As you inhale, you should feel your belly rise, the hand on your belly rising up first, followed by the hand on your chest. That means that you've filled your lungs from the bottom. As you exhale, the hand on your chest falls first, the hand on your belly falls second. That is proper diaphragmatic breathing. Diaphragmatic breathing has the effect of calming your central nervous system. When your central nervous system is calmed and relaxed, your muscles will be calmed and relaxed. Breathe. One more deep inhale here. One more slow exhale. Using your hands to bring your knees together. Sometimes those adductors, the muscles in the inner thighs, become very weak after they've been stretched. They're not used to being in a stretched out position. Your knees come together. Draw both knees into your chest, hands behind your knees, gently hugging them into your chest, and then letting your shoulders relax. Letting your jaw relax. Gently rocking from side to side, using the floor to reposition your sacrum and your ilia, the hip bones, the tailbones. See if you can bring your knees into your chest just a little deeper and raise the bottoms of your feet up towards the ceiling. So this is happy baby pose. It's an ultimate hip opener. You can keep your hands right there behind your knees, or you can reach up to either the outside edge or the inside edge. Technically, I think perfectly, the outside edge is where you're supposed to reach. I prefer to reach the big toe side, so it's my party and I'll cry if I want to. Then your goal is to put your sacrum down towards the floor. So don't round up like you're trying to be a bug. You're trying to push your sacrum down to the floor and then draw your knees to the outside of your shoulders towards the floor. Feel that deep opening in your hips. No pinching and no pain. Breathe into the areas of tightness or restriction. Exhale and release any tension or trying. Breathe. One more deep inhale here. One more slow exhale. And then we're going to gently bring the palms of your feet together. See if you can get them flat and then draw them both in towards your chest. So we're using a little bit of the hip, a little bit of the adductors, and release your trying. Breathe into the areas that feel tight or restricted. Let your shoulders relax, let your jaw relax. And then slowly release one at a time your legs to the ground. Get your left foot down, then bring your right foot down next to it. Brilliant. Let your arms come out to the side like the letter T, and gently just let both knees drop to your left. Gently turn your head to the right. It's a gentle hip opener on the right. When you turn your head to the opposite direction of your knees, you're creating a little washing cloth type wringing out of the discs in your spine. It helps to take some of the fluid out. When you bring it back to neutral, some of that fluid is drawn back in. And then gently let your knees drop to the right. Turn your head to the left. If it bothers your neck, then just don't turn your head. Your spine and your discs are what are called a hydrostatic system. There's fluid in your disc that requires movement, compression, and expansion in order to stay healthy. So this is a good move to do when you get into bed at night, just to create fluid, the interchange of that fluid. We'll take it one more time to each side, gently taking your knees to the left, your head to the right if it doesn't bother your neck. Breathe. If your top knee doesn't touch your bottom knee, just use the weight of your hand to gently bring it down, to encourage more depth of the stretch if that's in fact what you need. And then one more time with an exhale, taking your knees all the way over to the right, turning your head to the left if it doesn't bother your neck. Breathe. No struggles, no strains. And then gently bring your knees back so that your feet are flat, your knees are bent. We're going to straighten out your legs and prepare for final relaxation. So many of you will be tempted to just stop the class now and go about your day, but final relaxation is a really important part of the practice. Our body works mostly through the neural system. Your nerves tell your muscles what to do, your muscles tell your bones what to do, but there's also a feedback mechanism. So your brain learns by everything that we just did. It learns to remain flexible. It learns to bring fluid and lubrication, nutrients to the joints. So if you have the time to just stay with us for the next 10 minutes in final relaxation, the benefits really are profound. The benefits of mindfulness, the benefits of deep oxygenating the blood that oxygenates the joints, the ligaments, the tendons, the muscles. So just let your legs stay out straight. If you have a bad back and that feels like strain, put something underneath of your knees so that there's a small bend. Let your feet just drop out to the sides. Let your arms rest by your side with your palms facing up. Then close your eyes and take just one deep inhale. As you exhale, see if you can imagine yourself melting into the floor. As you exhale, just sink. Sink into the floor just a little bit more. I'm going to ask you to bring all of your attention to the next 10 deep inhales and slow exhales that you take. Focusing on the exhale as you release it, count backwards from 10 to 0 with each breath cycle. If you lose your count, just start again. If you get to 0, stay there. Focused on the breath. And now I'll ask you to shift your attention from your breath to a thought. Bringing to mind a thought of gratitude for some person, some thing, some event, something in your life for which you are grateful. Perhaps it's a great friend or amazing laughter or a meal or just someone that you've touched deeply or has touched you deeply. Bring that thought of gratitude to mind. as if you were there with that person, as if you were enjoying that sleep, as if you were eating that amazing meal. Whatever it is for which you are grateful, bring it to mind and hold it there. And then start to feel your body. Just come to awareness of your body and what it feels like in gratitude. Most of us know what our bodies feel like in anger, in stress. But we don't stop to feel our bodies in gratitude, in laughter, in stillness. And then release your thought of gratitude. Release the sensation of your body and let your mind come to stillness. Any thought or distraction that enters, let it be noticed but not attached to. Slowly start to bring your awareness back to your body, just wiggling your fingers and wiggling your toes, feeling the small motion in the joints. And then spread your toes apart, spread your fingers apart, and feel the space between the fingers, between the toes. Curl your fingers into a fist, curl your toes under, and feel the stretch of the skin over the knuckles and over the tops of your feet. Let your hands and your feet relax. Take a deep inhale. Let your shoulders begin to slide up towards your ears. With the exhale, let your arms slide down the mat towards the bottom and feel that stretch between the shoulders and the ears. And let your shoulders relax. Let your head gently rock from side to side, just opening up and moving the cervical spine, the muscles that attach. And let your head come to rest wherever it feels itself comfortable. On your next deep inhale, let your arms begin to rise up towards the... And as you exhale, let your arms fall to the floor behind you. Shoulders relaxed. If that feels like pain, just bend your elbows and bring your arms out to the side like you look like a field goal. Reach back with your fingertips with you inhale. Reach forward with the heels and lengthen through your spine. And then when I exhale, let your knees draw up towards your chest. Let your hands float down to wrap around your knees. Let your shoulders relax. Let your jaw relax. You can gently rock on the floor, waking your spine up, using that floor to massage the spine, massage the muscles around the spine. Hey, Lola. Vamos, Lola. And then when you're ready, roll onto your right side. Lying there in a fetal position, your head supported with your hands made into a pillow or with a block or a pillow. Just bring your focus to one more breath, one more deep inhale. One more slow exhale. When you're ready, gently begin to push yourself up to an easy seated position. An easy seated position is anyone where your spine is at ease and tall and straight. Close your eyes for a moment and begin to bring your focus back to the breath. In through the nose to the bottom of your lungs, lengthening your spine. As you exhale, see if you can hold that tall and lengthened posture with ease. Another deep inhale lengthens your spine, fills your belly with air. As you exhale, slowly allow your palms to come into prayer position at the center of your chest. You guys have done a wonderful job once again. Thank you so much for showing up each and every week.